Welcome everyone to the Butcher's Block Museum. We're so happy to have you here on our opening night. So I have a couple of rules before we get started. One is please do not touch any of the actors, and two is do not touch any of the props that don't touch you. Now, does anyone have any questions before we get started? Okay, great. So who has heard of Billy the Butcher? No one? All right, well, William Billy the Butcher Sawyer was a butcher back in the 1970s, and he actually lived in the apartment building upstairs. In 1975, he decided to open a small butcher shop called the Slaughtered Pig on the lower level, and years later, it has been turned into the apartment building you see today. Now, Billy was no everyday butcher. He had a very disturbing hobby that basically he liked to capture and torture people, and he would mutilate their bodies. He was known to take limbs and body parts from one victim and then attach them to another victim. He would even take parts from animals such as cattle and pigs and attach them to humans to make these mutilated corpses. And when he didn't use or want, he would grind up and sell to the public. Now, what's most disturbing to me is that his victims were normally alive when he would do these operations, and he would call these twisted beings his hybrids. Now, this went on from 1975 to 1978 when local authorities received complaints about this rotten stench coming from his smokestack. And when they arrived on the scene, they found dozens of mutilated corpses in the shop. And then they went to the back room and found Billy lying on a bed with his throat slit wide open. And since then, this street has been known as Butcher's Block. Now, that brings us to today, to the Butcher's Block Museum. So we have put together this museum to examine the life and crimes of Billy the Butcher and the Slaughtered Pig. And as I said, this is our opening night, and I'm so excited. So does anyone have any questions before we get going? No? All right, well, let's go. So as you will see, we have fully recreated the Slaughtered Pig as it stood in the 1970s. And we have taken a lot of Billy's original equipment and restored it for tonight. So this is the deli counter, the meat display case, and over here we have the meat grinder. So the parts that Billy did not use or want, he would actually grind up and sell to the public. And this is what he would use to do that. And then the smokestack, okay, well the smokestack's not supposed to be on. Oh, I'm so sorry. Princess, can anyone hear me? What the hell is going on? Someone help me. Beverly, are you alright? The butcher's back.